everybody. I'm doing the write it like I hear it again. If you don't know what that is, I'm just taking the base concepts of a character and designing them essentially how I would interpret their concepts, as if I hadn't watched these shows before, even though I already have. It's also a bit of a redesign, to be honest, but you should probably watch my first video, which is on my channel, if you want like Charlie and Baggy and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm doing the Hazbin Hotel. I'm redesigning and rewriting Hazbin Hotel characters. The first up is Husk, and essentially like he's a very gambly type cat demon, I guess. I honestly had no clue that he was a cat. I literally thought he was a husky. Cause like why else would he be named Husk, you know? But then I figured out that he was actually a cat, and I originally wanted him to be a Scottish fold cat, but then I realized, wait, I'm trying to make him look like a cat. Why would I give him folded ears? That would make people mistake him for a dog. So I fixed that eventually, and he also used to be an overlord, and I'm thinking an overlord who's casino based, and you're not gonna make that guy a little bit on the thicker side? I mean, come on. And like in general, they need Pop needs to have better diversity when it comes to her character designs and general silhouettes. I mean, I'm not any better, but still. I also couldn't figure out why he had wings, so I didn't give him those. Unless, like, his death had something to do with that, but I'm fairly sure it didn't. I put a lot of, like, cards and, like, the different types of suits, like, all over his, character design. And, he still pretty much acts the same, because when you're essentially Alistair's thrall, you, you don't have the best life. I also didn't try to give him overly modern clothes, because I felt like, despite the fact that he's still a has-been employee, Alistair would still force him to wear like 1930s styled outfits, you know? And next up we have Cherry Bomb. Honestly, I didn't really know a whole lot about her character, despite the fact that other than the fact that she likes bombs. Also, that she's Australian, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make her an Aboriginal Australian, because why not? They look cool. So I based her off of that pretty lady that I used as reference, and, I tried to make her hair look, like, more round, so it would look like a bomb, and, give her sort of, like, generally, like, not fire, but, like, explosion type elements, you know? And I assume that she'll eventually become, a resident of the hotel, so, yeah, considering that she's best friends with Angel, so, like, she's at least gonna be there for a lot more time. And I read that she was exploded by, a bomb in, like, some sort of, like, revolution or whatever. I think it was a suicide bombing. So I gave her a bunch of explosion scars that kind of look like the makeup that the lady I used for references had on, which is nice. And like I gave her like an empty middle, because you know what? If we're gonna have a bunch of string bean type characters, you know what? Why not make her as stringy and beanie as possible, and just make her entire middle parts just bones? And I think that's probably where she got exploded on, because like the reason she died is because like she put the bomb or whatever, and then she went back to try and stop it, but it didn't work. And for the other resident of the Hazbin Hotel is Serpentious, but I remain changed his name to Professor Tentious because like like the abbreviation for professor is PR, so it's like pretentious. Get it? Because he's really pretentious. Oh, I don't even tell me how funny I am. I already know. Um, but anyways, I based him off of a garter snake, but I gave him, because he's really just harmless, but I gave him like those fangs and like the hood, which he made himself to make him look more dangerous. Which kind of goes into the pretentious thing. And I made I think I made him look more steampunk. I based him off of that piece of um J Ninjago fan art. So I think that makes him more steampunk. I gave him like big meaty glove hands or whatever, and I changed the eyes on his tail to be like scales. Same with on his hood. They may not look like scales, but they are scales. And I took the face off his hat because the face just kind of got me confused. I don't even know what it is. Like, is it another demon or like what's going on? Oh, that would suck if it was another demon just being cursed to just be a hat. I made him sort of like yellowy greens to help him stand out from the rest of the cast because he starts out as a minor antagonist. So he like is going to be essentially different from the entire cast before he dies. And that kind of others him from everybody else. And yeah, that's why he looks so different. And here's the first one of the V's, Vox. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I had such a bad time trying to design him. You can see how much struggle I was going through. Um I also leaned into his cyan colors a lot more because I don't know why red is one of his main colors because like it's blue, cyan, and red. But he hates Alistair, so I don't get why he would, like why he would choose red as one of his colors. Like I can get his eyes like being something that he can't control, but like why? He's a flat screen TV, and flat screens don't have antennae. Um, and it made him look devious. I also liked that in the pilot they made his mouth at the corner of his screen. I just thought that was cool. I didn't give him a bow tie because I don't like how Vipsy is obsessed with bow ties. I don't like bow ties. Um, I gave him like electricity powers and actually made him skinny with the shoulder pads, which is something that Viv does a lot. I figured. I also gave him little cuff I don't know if they're cufflinks or just like sleeve buttons that looked like the off button on a remote. I also made a little bit under his collar red because like it's the red light that a TV tells when you're off. And now we have the internet focused part of the V's, who is also Australian. I didn't know that. Velvet. And she, like the social media aspect, she's also a doll, which I didn't know. I originally wanted to go with Ragdoll, but then I decided, you know what? Let's go with like a baby doll, with the ones with like the plastic limbs and the plastic limbs and head with the cloth body. So I thought that it just worked better generally. Um, and I still tried to give her like poofy hair and stuff. Cause like, why not? Um, like I made her thick because, who doesn't like a thick woman these days? But then I decided, why would she be thick if she's trying to promote, unhealthy eating habits? So yeah, I messed around with her body type a lot. I even tried to give her extra arms, but then it was like, wait, that just clutters up her design too much. And you guys might notice that her headshot, her bust, looks a lot different than the full body, and that's because of a cosmetic little gadget that Val and Vox made for her that like covers up a bunch of the scars and conventionally unattractive stuff like that she views that she has, like the scars, the extra eyes. She also got an arm from Vox that was torn off by an angel during a previous purge. And you might be wondering, Otto, why did you make her yellow? Yellow's not her color. But I decided to make the V's the new and improved cyan, magenta, and yellow primary colors because of the fact that I mean, first of all, like they're new and improved, just like the V's are. And second of all, yellow is like the color for gluttony and like she's like over consuming. Like that's like the whole thing with social media is overconsumption. So that's why I made her yellow. Ooh, Val, when I get you, Val, when I see you, Val, on the street, it's on sight. I hate this man. I hate him with my whole heart. Number one, he don't look like a moth. Like literally all he has going for him is the fluff and the antenna because honestly, I didn't even know it was antenna. I thought it was just feathers. Secondly, I didn't even know that that was his wings. His coat was his wings. Like what's even going on here? Why do you have wings under? Well, you have your wings over and acting like a coat. Who is chopping up your wings and making them a coat? What's going on, buddy? Second of all, he's ugly. I don't like him. I mean, I'm not trying to ascribe physical traits to a moral reality. I just don't like him all that much. So I made him look more like a pimp, and I gave him kind of like they don't look like opera glasses now that I look at them, but I tried to make him have opera glasses that connected to his obvious antenna. I had trouble with giving him a camcorder because like that's the era of cameras that he died in when he was filming the pornography. Um, so yeah. Um, I made his tongue like really long, prehensile, holding the cigarette or whatever stick that he uses to smoke with. So he kind of has a lisp, like like my porn star Angel Dust. Like, what is he even talking about, bro? But yeah, I made him magenta, and I struggle a lot with his colors because I low-key have no idea what magenta looks like. I'm just assuming this is magenta. Don't even come for me, bro. Like, don't even. Um, I made him look like Freak because I hate him. Yeah. Yeah, that's the end of these videos. If you want more for like Haluva or Hazbin, I'll think about it and get back to y'all. Again, constructive criticism is really good and I'd appreciate it if you're, as long as you're nice about it, But I'm thinking about doing more art fight related stuff and generally just more OC related stuff. So I might start doing that, like with fixtured pictured and stuff. So if you want to hear more about that, just comment. Bye.